So here is a problem 1. The problem is algebraic sum of perpendicular distances from points 2, 0, 0, 2 and 1, 1 to a variable straight line is 0. Okay, so the line passes through a fixed point whose coordinates are. So there is a variable straight line from which the algebraic sum of the perpendicular distances from these points are 0. So let's have a straight line. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b and c are variables. So this is a variable straight line, and the algebraic sum of perpendicular distance from these 3 points are 0. That means, what is the distance of a point on a line? The distance of a point on a line is a x1 plus b y1 plus c upon a square plus b square under root, right? This is the distance. This can be negative or positive, but since we are finding the distance, so we take it as a positive quantity. But here it is written algebraic sum. That means we will not be taking this modulus. Okay, we will be simply taking this quantity. Okay, so we have d1 as 2a plus 0 times b plus c upon a square plus b square under root. Okay, we have d2 as the point 0, 2 and 1, 1. So we have d2 as 0a plus 2b plus c upon a square plus b square under root, and d3 as a plus b plus c upon a square plus b square under root, because this point is 1, 1. So given in question, it is given that d1 plus d2 plus d3 is equal to 0. So we have 2a plus c plus 2b plus c plus a plus b plus c upon a square plus b square under root is equal to 0, which means a plus b plus c is equal to 0, right? 3a, 2a plus a, 3a, 2b plus b, 2b, and c plus c plus c, 3c. That means 3 times a plus b plus c, which is equal to 3, a plus b plus c is equal to 0. That means, which means that the variable straight line is passing through point 1, 1, isn't it? Because if a line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 passes from point 1, 1, then we have a plus b plus c is equal to 0, putting the value of x as 1 and y as 1. This point always satisfies this equation. That means a plus b plus c is equal to 0. So we have a plus b plus c is equal to 0. That means a times 1 plus b times 1 plus c is equal to 0, which means that this line always passes through point 1, 1. So 1, 1. So option C is correct, right? Okay. So second problem. Given that area of a triangle is 5 and 2 of its vertices are 2, 1 and 3 minus 2. Also, third vertex lies on line y is equal to x plus 3. So we have to find the coordinate of third vertex. Okay. So we have a triangle A, B and C. So let us have the coordinates of A as 2, 1 and B as 3 minus 2, which is given, and the coordinates of C as, let us take as H and K, and this HK, C lies on which line? C lies on line y is equal to x plus 3, right? So there is a relation between H and K, that is K is equal to H plus 3. So we have area of a triangle as half x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1 and x3 y3 1, determinant of that, and we have to also take the modulus because this quantity should be positive, area is positive. So we have area as half into determinant of x1 that is 2, y1 1 1, 3 minus 2 1, and h k 1, right? So evaluating this determinant, we will be getting 2 times minus 2 minus k minus 3 times 1 minus k plus h times 1 plus 2, right, which is equal to half minus 4 minus 4k minus 3 plus 3k plus 3h, right? And if we substitute this, the value of k as h plus 3 or h as k minus 3, whatever, so this will be equal to minus 4 minus k, okay, this is actually, let me write it as minus 4 minus 3 as minus 7, okay, minus k, okay, plus 3h, right? So we can write k as h plus 3. So this is minus 7, k as h plus 3 means minus h minus 3 plus 3h, which is equal to minus 2h minus 10, okay. Let us check whether we have evaluated the determinant correctly or not. So we have 2 times minus 2 minus 1, we have the coordinates 2 1 3 minus 2, okay, and third vertex lies on line k is equal to y is equal to x plus 3, okay. So we have determinant as 2 1 1 3 minus 2 1 and hk 1. So we have 2 times minus 2 minus k, 3 times 1 minus k, and h times 1 plus 2, that is 3, okay. So minus 4 minus, this is minus, actually see here we have made some mistake, which is this should be minus 2k, right? This is minus 2k, then minus 3 plus 3k and 3h. So we have this as plus 3k minus 2k plus k, okay, minus 4 minus 3 minus 7, 3k minus 2k plus k, okay, and 3h here. So we have k as plus h plus 3, okay. So we have 3h plus h, 4h, and minus 4, 4h minus 4 upon 2, right? So we have area as 4h minus 4 upon 2, which is 2 times h minus 2, 2h minus 2. So but this quantity can be negative or positive, so we have to take determinant of that. So area is basically 2 times h minus 1 modulus of that. This is equal to 5, or we have 2 times h minus 1 is equal to plus minus 5. Taking it as plus 5, 2 times h minus 1 is equal to plus 5, we have h is equal to 5 by 2 plus 1, which is 7 by 2. Or taking it as 2h minus 1 is equal to minus 5, we have h as minus 5 by 2 plus 1, which is equal to minus 3 by 2. So h is equal to 7 by 2 or minus 3 by 2, and k is equal to 3 plus h, right? Because this relation exists, okay. So 3 plus h, that means 6 by 2 plus 7 by 2, 13 by 2 or 6 by 2 minus 3 by 2, 3 by 2. So we have HK as 7 by 2, 13 by 2, or minus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2. Okay, so 7 by 2, 13 by 2, as well as minus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2. So option A and C both are correct. So we can have these 2 points. Okay, so that area of triangle 2, 1, 3 by 3 and minus 2, or point A and point this or point this, which lies on this straight line y is equal to x plus 3. Okay, so that the area of triangle is 5. So we can have these 2 points, minus 3 by 2, 3 by 2, as well as 7 by 2, 13 by 2, which lies on line x plus 3. So say this is line y is equal to x plus 3, and we have these 2 points. So we can have 1 point here. Okay, so that this area is 5, or 1 point something here, so that this area is equal to this area, something like that, right? Okay, this is a straight line. Problem 3. The area enclosed by mod x plus mod of y is equal to 1 is. So if you look to this equation, that is mod x plus mod y is equal to 1, this equation comprises of 4 straight lines, right? When x is positive, when y is positive, when x is negative, when y is negative. Okay, so when x is positive, case 1, let us look on all those 4 cases. X is greater than 0. When x is greater than 0, then mod x is x itself, that is and say y is greater than 0, then mod y is also y. So we have the line x plus y is equal to 1, right? For x, y greater than 0. Case 2. Case 2 is when x is greater than 0, y is less than 0. Then mod x is x itself and mod y is minus y. Because mod of any number is non-negative. So mod of y, since y is negative, so mod of y would be minus of negative number, which is a positive number, minus y. So the equation becomes x minus y is equal to 1. Okay. Now the third case is x is less than 0, y is less than 0. That means mod x is minus x as well as mod y is minus y. So we have minus x minus y is equal to 1. And final case, which is case 4, is x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0. That is mod x is equal to minus x and mod of y is equal to y. So the equation is minus x plus y is equal to 1. Okay. So we can see that this equation, that is mod of x plus mod of y, is equal to 1. This equation. We are talking of this equation. This equation, mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1, comprises of 4 straight lines. That is x plus y is equal to 1, x minus y is equal to 1, minus x plus minus y is equal to 1, and minus x plus y is equal to 1. Let us draw all these 4 straight lines in a coordinate system. Okay. So we have our coordinate system, x axis and y axis. Let us denote this line x plus y is equal to 1 with green. So this is line x plus y is equal to 1 when x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. Then line minus x plus y is equal to 1 when x is less than 0, y is greater than 0. So this is this line, right? The third line is minus x minus y is equal to 1. That is when x and y both are less than 0, right? So this is straight line, okay? And the final minus x minus y is equal to 1 when x is greater than 0 but y is less than 0. Okay? So this is straight line. So we can see that there is an area enclosed between these four straight lines. This is the area, right? So questions definitely ask to find this area. We have to find this area. What is the value of this area? So from here we can see that this area can be divided equally into these four areas. The whole area, which is shaded by this pink color, can be divided into this area. Four times this area, right? So we can easily find this area since this is the line x plus y is equal to 1. So the coordinate of this point is 1 0, right? And coordinate of this point is 0 1. So we have this length as 1 unit as well as this length as 1 unit. Okay. So area of this triangle is half into 1 into 1, which is half units. Half units is the area of this triangle. So area enclosed by this line is 4 times area of this triangle. That is 4 times half, which is equal to 2 square units. Okay. So option B is the correct answer. Okay. Moving to the problem 4. The incenter of a triangle formed by line y is equal to mod x and y is equal to 1. Here we have to find the incenter. Let us recall what is incenter. Incenter is a point of congruence of angle bisector of a triangle, right? Incenter is point of congruency of angle bisectors, right? Say this is a triangle. We have angle bisectors. This angle is equal to this angle. This angle is equal to this angle. And similarly this angle is equal to this angle. So this point is incenter. And one of the most important property of incenter is that taking incenter as a center and taking the perpendicular distance from incenter to any of the side as a radius, we can draw a circle and the circle touches all the three sides and this circle is known as incircle. Okay. So this is incenter and this is incircle. So we have to find the incenter of a triangle which are formed by the line y is equal to mod x. Y is equal to mod x. Actually this is two lines which is y is equal to x and y is equal to minus x. And the third line is y is equal to 1. So we have the three sides of a triangle. So let us draw the coordinate system. This is y is equal to mod x and this is y is equal to 1. So we have these points, these coordinate points at 0 0, 1 1 and minus 1 1, right?
Okay, so we have this triangle. We have to find the incenter of a triangle. There is a formula for incenter. X coordinate of incenter is ax1 plus by1 plus c upon a plus b plus c, and y coordinate of incenter is ay1 plus b in place of a, this is ax1 plus bx2 plus c upon a plus b plus c, and y coordinate is ay1 plus by2 plus c upon a plus b plus c. Okay, but we will not find incenter by using this formula. Okay, since this is, looking at the figure, this is isosceles triangle, right? So incenter must lie somewhat here on this axis, because if we draw perpendicular, okay, from this point, there is a, we can get a length which are equal, that is this is equal to this is equal to this. Okay, so definitely incenter lies on this point, this line, that is y axis. Okay, so if we find the radius of a circle, this incircle, okay, radius of this incircle, then we can know the coordinate of this point. Okay, since the coordinate of this point is 1 0. Okay, in trigonometry we use a formula for in radius. R is delta upon S, where delta is area of triangle, right? Area of triangle, and S is semi-perimeter, that is A plus B plus C upon 2. So first we have to find all the length of three sides, which is not a tedious job in this question. We have 0.11, 0 0 and minus 1 1. Length of this side is 2 units. Okay, and this side is root 2 units, since this is 1 and this is 1. So 1 square plus 1 square under root 2 units. Similarly this is also root 2 units. So semi-perimeter is A plus B plus C upon 2, which is nothing but 1 plus root 2, right? Root 2 plus root 2 plus 2 upon 2, which is 1 plus root 2. And area of triangle delta is half into base, which is 2, into its amplitude, which is 1 unit. So area is delta is 1. So we have in radius as delta upon S, which is equal to 1 upon 1 plus root 2, which can be equivalently written as 1 upon 1 plus root 2 times root 2 minus 1 upon root 2 minus 1, which is equal to root 2 minus 1, right? So in radius is root 2 minus 1. That means this length, suppose here is an center, so this length is in radius r, which is root 2 minus 1. Okay, so the coordinate of incenter must be 1 minus the length of that radius, which is 1, which is root 2 minus 1, right? Which is root 2 minus 1, that is 1 minus root 2 plus 1, which is equal to 2 minus root 2. So this length is 2 minus root 2. Which length? This length. This length is 2 minus root 2, right? No. This length is in radius r. This length is 2 minus root 2. Okay, so the coordinate of this point is 2 minus root 2 0. Okay, 2 minus root 2, 0. So option B is correct. Okay. Moving to the next problem. Problem 5. If the intercept made on the line y is equal to mx by lines x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 5 is less than 5, then the range of m is. So we have three lines, y is equal to mx, x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 5. So we have lines, say this is line y is equal to mx, and the two order lines which are parallel, that is x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 5, and this is the length of intercept. Okay, this is the length of intercept. So the question is asking the range of m for which length of intercept is less than 5. Okay, so first we have to find the length of intercept in terms of this parameter m. So this point is, this is x coordinate is 2, so substituting x coordinate 2 on this line, y is 2m, so its coordinate is 2m. Similarly, coordinate of this point is 5m. Okay, so we have distance, length of intercept, say denote this intercept by length L. So L is equal to 5m minus 2m square plus 5 minus 2 square under root, right, which is equal to 3m square plus 3 square under root. Right? This length is less than 5 units, or we can write 9m square plus 16. Oh, this is not 16, this is 9. Plus 9 is less than 5 square, which is 25, or 9m square is less than 16, or we can write m plus 4 by 3, m minus 4 by 3 is less than 0, isn't it? This can be equivalently written like this. So we have minus 4 by 3, 4 by 3. This side, if m is greater than 4 by 3, then the expression is positive. If it lies between minus 4 by 3 to 4 by 3, then the expression is negative. And if m is less than minus 4 by 3, then expression is again positive. So for the condition m plus 4 by 3 times m minus 4 by 3 less than 0, m belongs to the interval minus 4 by 3 to 4 by 3, right? We cannot include minus 4 by 3 and 4 by 3. Why? Because at this point this expression is 0. Okay, so we have to in between minus 4 by 3 to 4 by 3. So m should be between minus 4 by 3 to 4 by 3. So here is option A is correct. See, in option C minus 4 by 3 is included, but we cannot include this minus 4 by 3. So option C is not correct. Option A is correct. Okay. Moving to the next problem, problem number 6. If the point minus 2, 0, minus 1, 1 upon root 3 and cos theta sin theta are collinear, then the number of values of theta is, okay. So these 3 points are collinear. Collinear means these 3 lie on a straight line. Say 2 points are always collinear. If we have 2 points anywhere, we can draw a line, right? Say here is a 1 point and here is another point. We can draw a line. Okay. But if we have 3 points, we cannot draw a line passing through all these 3 points always. Okay. Right? See, this line does not passes through this point. Okay. So these 3 points are not collinear. So collinear point means if a line passes through, if a single line, unique line passes through all 3 points or more than 3 points, then all those points are said to be collinear. So given that these 3 points are collinear, that is point -2, 0, 1 is 1 minus 1, 1 upon root 3, and this is cos theta, sin theta. All these 3 points are collinear, which means this 3 point lies on a straight line. Okay. So we have to find the value of theta. Theta is such that the range of theta is given. Theta is such that theta lies between 0 to 2 pi. Okay. So we have to find the number of values of theta between 0 to 2 pi so that all these points are collinear. So since these 3 points are collinear, we can say that area of triangle made by these 3 points. Oh, okay, because there is no triangle made. So area of triangle is 0, right? So area of triangle is 0. So we have the formula for area of triangle is in our coordinate system. We have the coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 as a vertices of triangle. So area of triangle is half determinant, this determinant x1, x2, 1, y1, y2, 1 and 1, 1, 1. Okay. So this determinant is 0 where x1, x2, x3, this is x3, right? x3, y3, 1, x3, y3, 1, okay. So this determinant is 0. So we have -2, -1, okay, let me correct the value of this determinant. The formula of area of triangle is half times the determinant x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So we have area of triangle as -2, -1, cos theta, 0, 1 upon root 3, sin theta, 1, 1, 1, half of this. This is equal to 0. Since these 3 points are collinear, this determinant has to be 0. Okay. So evaluating this determinant, we will get -2, 1 upon root 3 minus sin of theta plus 0 times something which is 0 plus 1 times minus sin theta minus cos theta upon root 3. So the value of this determinant is this, which is equal to 0. Okay. Or we have -2 upon root 3 plus 2 sin theta minus sin theta minus cos theta upon root 3 is equal to 0. Or we have sin theta minus cos theta upon root 3 is equal to 2 upon root 3. Okay. Multiplying both sides by root 3 upon 2, we have root 3 upon 2 sin theta minus half cos theta is equal to 1. So root 3 upon 2 can be written as cos 30 degree, isn't it? And half can be written as sin 30 degree. So this expression can be written as sin theta cos 30 degree minus cos theta sin 30 degree, which is equal to 1. Or we can write this expression as sin theta minus 30 degree. Okay. Since the expansion of this sin theta minus 30 is sin theta cos 30 minus cos theta sin 30. So sin theta minus 30 is equal to 1. So if we look at the value of theta between interval 0 to 2 pi, okay, that is 2 pi is 360 degree. So sin theta is 1 at one of the values, which is pi by 2, that is 90 degree. So we have theta minus 30 is equal to 90 degree in this interval 0 to 2 pi. So we have theta as 120 degree. So there is only one value of theta which satisfies this expression. In this interval, the value of theta in this interval, we have only one value of theta in this interval which satisfies this expression, right? Outside this interval, that is from 2 pi to 4 pi, there is one more value. Okay, so but the question restricts the value of theta in the interval 0 to 2 pi. So the number of values of theta is 1. So option B is correct. Yeah. Okay. So moving to the next question. Locus of point of intersection of lines x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to a and x sin alpha minus y cos alpha is equal to a, where a is constant and alpha is a parameter which belongs to here. So alpha is a variable parameter which we have to eliminate to get the locus of a line. Okay, so first we have to find the coordinate of intersection of points of coordinate of intersection of line x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to a, this line and this line. Okay, and the coordinate of intersection will be in terms of cos alpha and sin alpha. From there we will eliminate cos alpha and sin alpha, that is alpha, to get the locus. Okay, this is the concept here. So we have the line x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to a. Okay, this is equation 1, and x sin alpha minus y cos alpha is equal to a, this is equation 2. So multiplying equation 1 by cos alpha and equation 2 by sin alpha, and then adding both two equations, we can eliminate y, right? So let us see what we will be getting. We will be getting x cos square alpha plus y cos alpha sin alpha in left hand side, equation 1, and equation 2 x sin square alpha minus y sin alpha cos alpha after multiplying and then adding both two equations. This term and this term will be cancelled, and so we have x cos square alpha plus sin square alpha, which is nothing but x, because cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is equal to 1. And in right hand side we have a cos alpha plus a sin alpha. So we have x as a cos alpha plus sin alpha, right? Similarly, if we want to eliminate y, we have to multiply equation 1. We have eliminated y. If we want to eliminate x, we have to multiply equation 1 by sin alpha and equation 2 by cos alpha. Okay, and then we have to subtract equation 2 from 1. So we have x cos alpha sin alpha, okay, plus y sin square alpha, and in equation 2 we have x sin alpha cos alpha minus y cos square alpha in left hand side. So subtracting this equation, this sign will change, and we have this term and this term cancelled, and we have y sin square alpha plus cos square alpha, which is y in RHS, and in LHS we have a sin alpha minus a cos alpha, which is a times sin alpha minus cos alpha, right? Sin alpha minus cos alpha. So we have x coordinate as a sin alpha plus cos alpha and y coordinate as a sin alpha minus cos alpha. From here, from using these two expressions, we have to eliminate alpha and find the locus x and y. This is the point of intersection of lines which are given in the question, and we have to find the locus of that point of intersection by eliminating this alpha, as alpha is this varying parameter in this question. So we will be using this identity, sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 1, to eliminate alpha. So for using this identity, we have to find sin alpha and cos alpha in terms of x and y. Okay, so if we add these two equations, we will be getting sin alpha is equal to x plus y upon 2a, right? And if we subtract these two equations, we will be getting cos alpha is equal to x minus y upon 2a. Okay, so we have sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 1, that is x plus y upon 2a square plus x minus y upon 2a square is equal to 1, right? Or we can write x plus y square plus x minus y square is equal to 4a square, or we can write x square plus y square plus 2xy, and here x square plus y square minus 2xy is equal to 4a square. 2xy and minus 2xy will be cancelled, so we have x square plus y square, 2 times x square plus y square is equal to 4a square, or x square plus y square is equal to 2a square. So this is the required locus which we have to find. So again option B is correct. Okay. Moving to the next problem. Problem 8. A straight line through origin meets the parallel line 4x plus 2y is equal to 9 and 2x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0 at points P and Q respectively. Then point O divides the segment PQ in the ratio. So we have two parallel lines. Line L1 which is equal to say 4x plus 2y is equal to 9. Okay. And line L2 which is equal to 2x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay. And we have a straight line through origin which meets the parallel line this. So suppose say this is a straight line which is passing through origin. This is the origin, say origin 0 0. Okay. And it meets the point at it meets the line L1, that is 4x plus 2y at point P and L2 at point Q. Okay. So we have to find that the ratio PO is to OQ, that is point O divides the segment PQ in the ratio. That ratio we have to find. So the ratio is PO is to OQ, right? Okay. See, we are not going to find the points P and Q. We can find the points P and Q and then find the ratios. But here we have to think intelligently as we are trying to solve problem for competition. Okay. So as you see, this line, if we draw perpendicular from origin to both these lines, okay, so say this is the perpendicular which also passes through origin. This line also passes through origin, right? Okay, so this triangle and this triangle must be similar, as this angle is equal to this angle and this is 90 degree, and this angle is also equal to this angle, alternate angle. So the ratio of this perpendicular, length of this perpendicular, that is this upon this, is equal to this upon this, definitely. Okay, and we can find the length of perpendicular very easily using the formula. Length of perpendicular distance is ax1 plus by1 plus c upon a square plus b square under root modulus of this number. Okay, so we can find the length of perpendicular, and the ratio of length of perpendicular is the ratio PO is to OQ, because this PO is to OQ is also equal to P1 upon P2. Okay, say this length is P1 and this length is P2, right? So let us find the length P1 and P2. So this A and B, for this, since these two lines are parallel, so let us make this A and B for these both lines equal. That is, let us write 4x plus 2y is equal to 9 as 2x plus y is equal to 9 by 2. So that A and B of these two lines, okay, are similar. So we have line 2x plus y is equal to 9 by 2, that is 2x plus y minus 9 by 2 is equal to 0. Okay, and another line 2x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0. So P1 we can write ax1 plus by1, that is 2 times 0 plus by1, that is 1 times 0 minus 9 by 2 upon a square plus b square the root. So this is 9 by 2 upon a square plus b square under root modulus of this number, right? And similarly P2 is 0, 0 and 6 upon a square plus b square, right? So the ratio P1 upon P2 is 9 by 2 upon 6, which is equal to 3 upon 4, right? So the ratio P1 and P1 is to P2 is same as PO is to OQ, that is the ratio in which point 4 divides the line PQ. Okay, so we have option B as a correct answer, right? 3:4. So moving to next problem. Okay. So this is a comprehension problem, that is we have to read a passage and we have to solve 3 questions related to these passages. Okay. So the comprehension is, a triangle ABC is given where vertex A 1 1 and the orthocenter O 2 4. Okay. So we have a triangle with one of the vertex and its orthocenter is given. So let us recall what is orthocenter. Orthocenter is a point of concurrence of altitudes of a triangle. Okay, where all the 3 altitudes meet. That point is called orthocenter. Okay. Also, sides AB and BC are the members of a family of line AX plus BY plus C, where ABC are in AP. Okay. So the equation of sides AB and side BC can be written in the form of AX and AX plus BY. This sentence means that the equation of line AB and BC can be written in form of AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0, where ABC are in arithmetic progression. Okay. Okay, this is the comprehension. So the first question is, the vertex B is, see, since the family of line AX plus BY plus C is such that A, B, C are in AP. So let us check whether this line passes through some point or not. So the line AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0. This family of line is such that A, B and C are in arithmetic progression AP. So let us write B as A plus some common difference D and C as A plus 2D, okay, where D is common difference. Common difference in arithmetic progression. So we can write B as A plus D and C as A plus 2D. Substituting these values in this equation, AX plus, in place of B we can write A plus D times Y, in place of C we can write A plus 2D, okay, is equal to 0. Or this line is AX plus AY plus A plus BY plus 2D is equal to 0. Taking A as common, X plus Y plus 1 plus taking D as common, Y plus 2 is equal to 0. Or we have X plus Y plus 1 plus D upon A, Y plus 2 is equal to 1. Or D and A are constants, so we can represent this constant by say some variable lambda. X plus Y plus 1 plus say lambda Y plus 2 is equal to 0, right? So if you look at this equation, X plus Y plus 1 plus lambda Y plus 2 is equal to 0. This combines of two lines, X plus Y plus 1 and Y plus 2. Okay. So this, and lambda is a variable because this family varies as A, B, C varies. That means A and D varies. Okay. Since we have defined B as A plus D. Okay. So lambda is a variable parameter which defines the family. Okay. So this equation looks somewhat similar to the expression of a line passing through the point of intersection of two lines. Okay. Say we have line AX, we have line AX plus A1x plus B1y plus C1 is equal to 0, and we have line A2x plus B2y plus C2 is equal to 0. Then the line passing through the intersection points of this line can be written in a form of L1. Say this line is L1 and this line is L2. L1 plus lambda L2, some constant lambda which is varying. L1 plus lambda L2 is equal to 0. Okay. So this equation passes through, this must passes through point of intersection of L1 and L2. Okay. Okay. That means, which means that this expression tells us that the equation passes through point of intersection of lines X plus Y plus 1 is equal to 0 and Y plus 2 is equal to 0. So point of intersection of these two lines is, from here we can get Y is equal to minus 2, and substituting Y is equal to minus 2, we will get X is equal to minus 2 plus 1 minus 1, X is equal to plus 1. So we have point 1 minus 2, okay, which is the point of intersection of line X plus Y plus 1 and Y plus 2. So this line X plus Y plus 1 plus lambda, which is variable, times Y plus 2 is equal to 0 must passes through this point. Okay, that means the line AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0, where A, B, C are in AP, must passes through the point 1 minus 2. Okay. So since sides AB and BC are the member of the family of lines, so these two both lines are a member of this line, this family. That means the both line passes through point 1 minus 2. Okay, this point, that is this point. The both line AB and BC passes through point 1 minus 2. That means the common point of line AB and BC is 1 minus 2, which is nothing but point B, vertex B. So coordinate of vertex B is 1 minus 2. So the vertex B is 1 minus 2. Option B is correct for this. Okay. The second question is the vertex C is. So we have to find the vertex C now. Given that vertex A is 1 1 and orthocenter is 2 4, and we have also found vertex B now. Okay. So using these three knowns, that is vertex A, vertex B and orthocenter, we have to find the vertex C. Okay. So we have vertex A as 1 1, orthocenter as 2 4, and vertex B as vertex B as 1 minus 2. Okay. Right. Vertex A as 1 1, vertex orthocenter as 0 2 4, and vertex B we have found as 1 minus 2. So using these three, we have to find vertex C. Say, let us draw a triangle. Vertex are A, B and C, and say this is altitude. Okay, these are the altitude, and this is the orthocenter. So we have this vertex as 1 1 and this vertex as 1 minus 2, and this is the orthocenter, which coordinate is 2 4. So we have to find the coordinate of point C, right? See, these all three are altitudes. Okay, so we can find the slope of this line, this altitude. That means let us denote this AD, BE and CF. So we can find the slope of AD, and the slope, let us name the slope of AD as MAD. Okay, so slope of BC must be minus 1 upon slope of AD, isn't it? Because these two are perpendicular to each other. AD and BC are perpendicular to each other. AD is the altitude on side BC. Okay. Similarly, slope of AC is equal to minus of the slope of BE, right? So we can easily find the slope of AD. So slope of AD is 4 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, 4 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1. And slope of BE is similarly minus 2 minus 4 minus 2 minus 4 upon 1 minus 2, which is equal to see, we have done mistake some here. Slope is 4 minus 1. This slope is the slope of AD. We are finding the slope of AD. So we have 2 points A and O lying on line this AD. So we can use these 2 points to find the slope. So slope of line AD is 4 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1, which is equal to 4 minus 1 is 3 and 2 minus 1 is 1, which is equal to 3. Okay. And similarly, slope of BE is minus 2 minus 4, which is equal to minus 6, and 1 minus 2, which is equal to minus 1. Slope is 6. So from here we can find the slope of, we can have the slope of AC and slope of BC. So slope of BC is minus 1 upon slope of AD. Which is equal to minus 1 upon 3. And slope of AC is minus 1 upon slope of BE. Which is equal to minus 1 upon 6. Now we can write the equation of AC and BC. How? We have the slope of lines AC and BC, and we have the points also, one of the points which are lying on those lines, that is point A and point B. So we can write the equation of AC and BC and solve these two equations to get the coordinate of vertex C, right? So the equation of AC is y in point slope form, y minus y1. The y1 is point A, which is whose coordinate is 1, is equal to m. M is minus 1 upon 6, x minus 1. This is equation of AC. Okay. And similarly, we can write the equation of BC, right? So equation of BC is y minus, coordinate of B is 1 minus 2. So equation of BC is y minus 2, which is y plus 2, is equal to minus 1 upon 3, which is the slope of BC, x minus 1, right? So this is equation of BC. So solving these two equations, we have minus 1 upon 6 x minus 1 plus 1 is equal to minus 1 upon 3 x minus 1 minus 2. Or we have 1 upon 3 x minus 1 minus 1 upon 6 x minus 1 is equal to minus 2 minus 1, which is equal to minus 3, right? Or we have, multiplying by 6, we will be getting 2 times x minus 1 minus x minus 1, that is x minus 1 is equal to minus 18, or x is equal to minus 17, right? So substituting this on any of the equation, on AC or on BC, we will be getting y. So y is 1 minus 1 by 6 x minus 1, okay. So 1 minus 1 by 6, x is minus 17, minus 1, which is minus 18, that is minus 3. So minus of minus 3 is plus 3, so y is 4. So we have the coordinate minus 17, 4 is the coordinate of C, right? Minus 17, 4. So option D is correct. Okay. The third and the final part is triangle ABC is an obtuse, right, acute or equilateral triangle. So we have to decide whether triangle ABC is obtuse, right or acute or equilateral triangle. So see, how can we decide? We have the coordinate of vertices A, B and C, and we have the orthocenter. So for a triangle to be acute, orthocenter must lie inside the triangle, right, ABC. So and if it is obtuse, then orthocenter lies outside the triangle. Okay. So first we have to check whether this point O 2, 4 lies within the triangle ABC or not. Okay. So we have the coordinate of point A as 1, 1, B as 1 minus 2, A as 1, 1, B as 1 minus 2, and C as minus 17, 4. And coordinate of orthocenter is 2, 4. So we have to check whether this point 2, 4 lies within triangle ABC or not. Okay. So let us have the equation of these three sides, AB, BC and CA. Okay. So see, we have a concept. If a point lies within a triangle, say we have say there is a triangle ABC. Let us first look on say this is a coordinate system. Say this is a line L1. So the equation is AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0. Okay. Let us take this point. Say this point is x1, y1. Okay. What is the value of AX1 plus BY1 plus C? The value of this will be less than 0. You will see that because this point lies in lower half of this line, and if this point, if this say this is point x2 y2, okay, so ax2 plus by2 plus c should be greater than 0 because this point lie in upper half, because at this point all the points on the line ax plus by is equal to, plus c is equal to 0, and above this y is greater than x, so this equation is valid, and for point which lie below this line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, this equation is valid. Okay, because here y is less than x, y is less than the value which we are substituting x, and on this line this is the equality holds, that is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Okay, so using this concept we will be seeing that whether the point lie inside a triangle, what is the condition for a point which lie inside a triangle. Okay, so suppose this is a triangle, and let us denote this side equation of this all these three sides as a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, and this equation is a3x plus b3y plus c3 is equal to 0. Okay, so suppose there is a point which is outside this triangle, then say this point is x1, let us denote this point as alpha beta. Okay, so the expression a1 alpha plus b1 beta plus c is less than 0 because the point is in lower half of the line, that line. Similarly, the point is also in lower half of this line and also the lower half of this line. Okay, this point is in lower half of all these three lines. So substituting alpha beta on the expression a1x plus b1y plus c1 and a1x plus b2y plus c2 as well as a3x plus b3y plus c3, all these three expressions will be negative. And a3 alpha plus b3 beta plus c is also negative. So the product of all these expressions is also negative. That means a1 alpha plus b1 beta plus c times a2 alpha plus b2 beta plus c times a3 alpha plus b3 beta plus c is less than 0. Since these three are less than 0, negative times negative times negative is less than 0. So if you check that if a point lies outside a triangle, then the expression of a point, say if a point alpha beta lies outside a triangle, then this must valid. Okay, this is must to be valid. Okay, and if a point lie inside a triangle, say if alpha beta lie inside a triangle, then for two sides it is in lower half and for one of the side it is in upper half. Okay, so the product of these three terms, these three expressions must be greater than 0. Okay, so using this concept we are checking we are going to check whether the orthocenter lies within the triangle or outside the triangle. Okay, so we have coordinate of the vertices 1, 1 minus 2 and 17 minus 4. So we have to find the first equation of these 3 points. Okay, that is AB, BC and CA. And then substitute the value of point 24 on the each expression. Okay, like this, and we have to see whether the product is greater than 0 or less than 0. Okay, so substituting this point on the equation, you will be finding, you will be seeing that the expression you will be getting is less than 0. That means the point is outside the triangle. So, but this method seems to be very long. Okay, this basic method seems to be very long. If we are dealing this question in examination, so we will be finding some small method to solve this problem. Okay, some trick, some visibility. Okay, so say the best way to do is let us plot this in coordinate system. Okay, rough plot. You will get some idea. So the vertices are 1, 1, 1 minus 2 and 17 minus 4. Okay, vertices are 1, 1. Say this is 1, this is 1, 1, 1. Here is 1, 1. Other vertices is 1 minus 2. This is say vertex A. 1 minus 2 must be somewhat here. This is minus 2. 1 minus 2. Okay, so this is the side AB. Another vertex is C, which is minus 17, 4. So minus 17 is, let us say, somewhat here, minus 17, and it is 4. So it is 4 means it is beyond this line. That means that if it is on this line, then the triangle should be right angle triangle. But since this is beyond this line, minus 17, 4. 4 means beyond this point 1. Minus 17, 4. So this angle must be greater than 90 degrees. That means the triangle is obtuse. So from here we can directly see the triangle is obtuse. We don't have to do all these things. Okay. So the triangle ABC is an obtuse triangle. So option A is correct. Okay. Hope you have understood this problem. Moving to the next problem. This is match the following type. We have to match the column 1 to column 2. So let us see part A. If 2A plus B plus 2C is equal to 0, then the family of line AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0 is concurrent at. So see, this is very similar. We have to express this 2A plus B plus 2C in form of AX plus BY plus C, such that the coefficient of C is 1, so that we can substitute some point in place of X and Y. So this is equal to 0, or we have dividing it by 2, we will be getting A plus B by 2 plus C is equal to 0. That means 1 times A plus half times B plus C is equal to 0. So X is equal to 1 and Y is equal to half will always satisfy this equation. That means this equation must passes through 1 and half. Okay. So 1 and half, option S. So A matches to S. A matches to S.
In part B, if the lines x plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0, 3x minus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0, and ax plus by minus 3 is equal to 0 are concurrent, ordered pair AB can be. Okay. So here these three lines are concurrent. So we have these three lines, x plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0, x minus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0, and ax plus by minus 3 is equal to 0 are congruent. That means, say this is line L1, which is this line, that is x plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0, and we have line L2, which is this line, say, that is 3x minus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0. So this is the point of intersection of these two lines. Since these three lines are concurrent, so this line must pass through this point only, right? Say this is line L3, so L3 must pass through this point. So L3 passes through the point of intersection of line L1 and L2. So let us find the point of intersection of these two lines, that is L1 and L2, by solving the equations. Okay. So we have equation x plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. Let us multiply this equation by 3. So we have 3x plus 9y plus 6 is equal to 0. And we have equation 3x minus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0. So let us subtract this equation from this. Minus 3x plus 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. Subtracting this equation, we will be getting this term will be cancelled. This will be 11y plus 11 is equal to 0, or y is minus 1. Substituting this y in either of these equations, we will be getting x, that is x is equal to, say we are substituting here, so x plus 3 times y, that is 3 times minus 1, minus 3 plus 2, x minus 3 plus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 1 is equal to 0, so x is 1. So point of intersection, this point is coming as 1 minus 1. Okay. Since ax plus by minus 3 is equal to 0, is concurrent with these two lines L1 and L2. So this point also lies on this line, right? So we have a times 1 plus b times minus 1 minus 3, right? Ax plus by minus 3 minus 3 is equal to 0, or we have a minus b is equal to 3. So we have a relation between a and b, that is a minus b is equal to 3. So let us move towards the question. The question is, if these three lines are congruent, then the order pair AB can be. AB can be, that means the possible value of a and b. Okay. So AB is such that a minus b is equal to 3. So let us check in which option a and b, that is this pair, results a minus b is equal to 3. In option P, 2 minus 1 is 3. So AB can be 2 minus 1, right? So P is matching. Q, half minus 3 by 2 is 0.5 minus 1.5, that is 1 minus 1. This is, Q is not satisfying. Similarly, R is also not satisfying, because 2 minus 1 1 and 1 minus half half. So only option P is getting satisfied. Okay. So order pair AB must be, in this case, in these options, 2 minus 1, right? So B matches with P here. So we have B matches with P. The third part, C part, asks the coordinate of a point which is at a distance 1 by root 2 units from point 1 1 in the direction of the line x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. So we have a point 1 1, and we have to find a point which is at the distance 1 by root 2 in direction of this line. Okay. That is x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. So we have a point 1 1, and say this is a line. Say this is a line, x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. Okay, this is the line x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. So we have to find a point in direction of this line. In direction of this line. Okay. And 1 by root 2 unit apart. Say let us name this point as A and this point as B. So we have to find the coordinate of point B, alpha beta. Say let us name this alpha beta. Okay. So we have seen one of the equation of a straight line, that is parametric form. Here it is very important. In parametric form we have the equation of a straight line in terms of point on a straight line. Okay. So we have the parametric form of equation as x minus x1 by cos theta is equal to y minus y1 upon sin theta is equal to r. That is, say if this is a straight line, okay, and here is a fixed point x1 y1 and r is a variable parameter. Okay, as r varies we get collection of points which forms a straight line. Okay, and this is a point xy which is a moving point. So as r varies we get the moving point, the collection of moving point, and thus straight line form. Okay, so with this variable parameter r, this represents the parametric equation of that line. Okay, so using this parametric equation we can find this point xy here. In case of this line segment AB we can find alpha beta. Okay, so here r is 1 by root 2. Since direction of this line is given, so we can find theta, that is cos theta and sin theta. What is theta here? Theta is nothing but the angle made by line with x axis in positive direction. Okay, so we have tan theta as minus 1 in this case here, that is y is equal to minus x plus 3. So this is slope, minus 1 is the slope, so tan theta is minus 1. So cos theta is, since tan theta is minus 1, that means theta must be 45 degree or 135 degree, correct? I mean minus 45 degree or 135 degree, correct? So cos theta must be 1 by root 2, sin theta must be, if cos theta is 1 by root 2, sin theta must be minus 1 by root 2, or if cos theta is minus 1 by root 2, sin theta is 1 by root 2. Okay, so this pair satisfies cos tan theta is equal to minus 1. Okay, so now we will be substituting this once this and finding the value of alpha beta. So we will be getting two values of alpha beta. One is this point and another, that I mean one is this value and another is this side value. This is, say this is point b dash. So we will be also getting this b dash value, which is also 1 by root 2 times this side. This is also the direction of same line. So technically we should get two values. One is which is situated this side and another which is situated this side. Okay, but let us check. We will be, after finding, we will be checking it in the option which value is in the option, and we will be taking that as our answer. Okay, so now let us find alpha and beta. So beta minus, what is the point? 1 1. So beta minus 1 upon sin theta. Sin theta, let us take 1 by root 2 is equal to r. R is also given 1 by root 2. So from here beta minus 1 is equal to half, or beta is equal to 1 plus half, that is 3 by 2. Okay. Okay. So alpha minus 1 upon sin theta that is, we have taken cos theta is half 1 by root 2, so sin theta is minus 1 by root 2. Easy. R is also half, so alpha minus 1 is equal to minus half. Okay, or alpha is equal to 1 minus half, which is equal to half, right? So we have a pair alpha beta is equal to half 3 by 2. Okay. Also, if we take cos theta is minus 1 by root 2 and sin theta is plus 1 by root 2, then we will be getting beta minus 1 is equal to minus half, or beta is equal to half, and alpha minus 1 is equal to half, or alpha is equal to 3 by 2. So alpha beta can also be 3 by 2 half. So now let's move towards the match the following. What is our match the following? Option says, so according to option Q is only which is getting satisfied. So C matches with Q, that is C matches with Q. Okay. So C matches with Q. Fine. Now the last part is the family of lines 3 plus lambda x plus 1 plus 5 lambda y minus 7 times 1 plus lambda is equal to 0. 3 plus lambda x plus 1 plus 5 lambda y minus 7 1 plus lambda is equal to 0 is concurrent at. So this is the family of line. Family of line varies with the parameter lambda. This is asking, the question is asking, this family passes through a fixed point, that is a point where all those families are concurrent at. Okay. So we have equation 3 plus lambda x. We have the equation 3 plus lambda x, part D. One plus 5 lambda y minus 7 times 1 plus lambda, right? Seven times 1 plus lambda is equal to 0. So expressing this equation in different form, that is, let us express this as 3x plus lambda x plus y plus 5 lambda y minus 7 minus lambda is equal to 0, or 3x plus y minus 7 plus, taking lambda as common, we will be getting x plus 5y minus 1 is equal to 0. So we have the equation in a form L1 plus lambda L2 is equal to 0. This line must be concurrent at the point of intersection of line L1 and L2. Okay. Concurrent at point of intersection of L1 and L2. Right. So we have the intersection of L1 and L2 as a solution of L1 and L2. So we have to solve these two equations. 3x plus y minus 7 is equal to 0 and x plus 5y minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. Equation 1, equation 2. Solving these two equations, let us multiply this equation 2 by 3, that is 3x plus 15y minus 3 is equal to 0, and subtract this equation 1. 3x plus y minus 7 is equal to 0. Subtracting this, taking this sign, this will be getting cancelled. This is 14. Okay. 15y minus y. Okay.
is 14 and 7 plus 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay. Let us have a check on equation. This is 3 plus lambda x, 1 plus 5 lambda y. In 3 plus lambda x, 1 plus 5 lambda y, and minus 7, 1 plus lambda. Okay. So we have here also 3 plus lambda x, 1 plus 5 lambda y, minus 7, 1 plus lambda. 3x plus lambda x, y plus 5 lambda y, minus 7, and here also it should be minus 7 lambda. Okay, instead of lambda. So we have this as minus 7, right? Okay. So we have minus 7 here. So instead of 3, it should be 7 times 3, that is 21. Okay. Here it should be 21. So minus 21 plus 7 is minus 14. 14y minus 14 is equal to 0. That means 14y minus 14 is equal to 0. That means y is equal to 1, and substituting this y is equal to 1 here, x plus 5 minus 7 is equal to 0. Okay, x is equal to minus 2, right? X is 5 minus 7 is minus 2, x is equal to plus 2. So we have a 2 1 as point of intersection of line L1 and L2. So this family is congruent at this point 2 1. So according to our option 2 1, that means R. So D matches with R. Okay, D matches with R here. D matches with R here. Okay, so we have now our matchings ready. That is, A matches with S, A matches with S, B matches with P, C matches with Q, and D matches with R. Okay, A matches with S, B matches with P, C matches with Q, and D matches with R. This is our matching. Okay, and D matches with R. Okay, so this completes our problem set in a straight line. Next we will be moving to circle. Okay, and first we will be looking at all the theories likewise we have done here, and then problems in that topic. Okay, so best of luck to all of you, okay, for your exams. Thank you.